5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, Mama. Good job. All right, man. Welcome to episode 2 of the shareholders meeting, man. Today, been a kind of crazy morning already, man. It's been a crazy morning. I haven't ate breakfast yet. My daughter woke up. She has been on. She's kind of tired of being inside, so we're outside. It's 10:30 right now. She let me get a little bit of work done this morning, so just a little quick backstory. This morning I was able to, I filled out a couple applications. I am still looking for a job. I'm not really bringing in that much money with the camera and YouTube and doing stuff right now, so I do need to find something that's going to bring in some income. So try to buy a house, a whole bunch of things, but that's kind of where we're at right now. So she gave me a little bit of the, yes, my 5. Jeez, good job, Mama. So she did give me about an hour while she was eating her breakfast. I let her watch the tablet while she was eating breakfast, and I was able to put in a couple job applications for that. While I was doing job applications, I was watching a couple of videos. I saw Peter McKinnon and a couple Canon USA. They all dropped videos regarding new cinema camera from Canon, the C50. I gotta say, man, I'm excited, man. I shoot primarily Sony. I'm shooting on the A7 IV right now, and I want a FX3. That is kind of like my dream camera, but I'm not gonna lie, man, some of the specs that Canon has announced or they have in that camera is amazing, and I have a couple of the specs on camera and I have a couple overlays of the videos that I saw, but one of the things that definitely that I didn't hear about until the announcement today was the ability to shoot both types of content to separate cards. So for, let's say if you have a CF Type B card on there, right, you can shoot all your horizontal content straight to that card, and then everything that is framed for vertical content can go to the SD card. So as soon as you finish a shoot, you already have that content cropped, framed, ready to go for social media. And I think for somebody like me, that's primarily what I do. I shoot a lot of things horizontal, but I do shoot a lot of vertical content just as much. That is a key feature, man, that is like really tempting me to try to make sure I try to at least think about the switch of shooting going over to Canon, man. That feature is great. And so while I do love it, one of the things that is kind of, I'm not like gung-ho about trying to switch, man, is like I do have a lot of stuff in the Sony ecosystem, man. I have my 70-200, and I have, this 16mm Viltrox lens, and for a lot of people, having 2 lenses on one system is not enough to warrant staying with them, but I know I would take a loss on all those lenses if I tried to sell it. So I'm thinking if I tried to sell my Sony A7 IV, right, I'm probably only gonna get $1,500, 13 to 1,500 for it. My 70-200 is a G Master 2. I probably can get 25 for it. So if we're looking at 25 plus another 15, we're looking at $4,000. That's just enough to just buy the camera, right? If I sell my Viltrox lens, we'll say anywhere from $400 for the 16mm, so we're at $4,400. That's not enough to buy that Canon C50 plus also get a 70-200 with a 15 to 35 lens that I need. So that's a pretty huge investment to try to go for that. So we'll see what happens, man. Like I said, I am definitely interested in getting a cinema camera, and the C50 is definitely on top of that list, man. Even if I have to, have 2 different systems, have the Sony for photos, and then I have the Canon for video work. I have to make it work for the time being, but that feature alone is just enough, man. Other features they had was you can shoot 4K 120. I don't think it comes with a crop. I haven't heard anything that says anything with a crop. Yes, my love. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. You're making it dirty with all of the stuff. With the dirt from your Crocs. You're making it dirty. Okay. Now you got my hands dirty, Mama. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, good job, Mama. Good job. Yes, a lot of the things I didn't see. 4K 120. I don't think it comes with a crop. Being able to shoot stills, it has a 32 megapixel sensor. It has open gate. A lot of things I did see with open gate though is you're going to need massive, huge amounts of memory cards to take advantage of open gate. But if you're somebody who has, you know what I mean, that system in place to have to store all of that data, you have the express cards, you have the data, you have enough to do that, you're gonna really love open gate, man, to have that feature. But for somebody for like me who I don't really have that much memory to stand by, and I don't have a computer that can kind of handle all of that raw footage all at once, man. 4K is enough for me. I think 4K is enough. 7K is just, it's a bit much for me, man. It's not something that I need in my workflow. It's a nice to have, but if I was to get the C50, I'm definitely not going to be shooting in 7K. So that's just something that I gotta think about. If you see me keep switching, man, it's because this 70 to 200, bro, this with this lens is really heavy, and I'm just shooting at arm's length. It's heavy, so my arm gets tired. I have another kid's backpack that I'm here, and the reason why I have this kid's backpack is because my daughter saw me grab this bag where I can put my camera and my mic so I can shoot outside, and she decided that if Papa has one, then I want one as well. So that's kind of where we're at. The goal for today, man, is, like I said, I got a daily vlog, so I'm trying to shoot this video here. Didn't want to get a quick one in the morning, just kind of discuss everything I saw this morning with the Canon release. I'm definitely intrigued, man. I'm still gonna look in to see how I could go about switching systems, man. But you know what I mean. This is also what I wanted to say. I wanted to say also was that I find it very ironic that Canon decided to announce this camera when multiple creators are going to Canada for Sony's trip. I think that is a brilliant, brilliant time to release a camera, because now you're gonna have all of those creators, they're watching those videos on the way to the airport. They probably already had their hands on it. Multiple creators have already had their hands on it, or they know somebody on the other side of that fence. So if you was a primarily Sony partner or a Sony creator, you know somebody on the Canon side, so they probably was talking about the C50 and how it compares to the FX3, if it's a true FX3 killer, which at the time of this video, it is. That C50 is killing the FX3. If you are in the market for buying one and you're not locked into a system, you have to get the C50. Yes, my love. You want your backpack? Like I said, the feature that I love is shooting, having vertical go to one card and have horizontal go to another one. But yeah, I think Sony knows that that's coming, and I wouldn't be surprised if by January, because I don't know if they're gonna be able to drop a FX3 Mark II by the end of the year. I don't know. But again, my product brain goes to, if I'm Sony, I already knew that that was coming. I've been working on the FX3 Mark II already. I dropped the FX2 so it can compete with the C50. And as a key advantage over that is that it does have an EVF. So that's a key advantage that you have over the FX2, over the C50, excuse me. And then now that FX3 Mark II is going to retake the throne over the C50, because you're going to give everybody what they want. You're going to give them open gate. You're going to give them 4K 120 with no crop. You're going to go back to having the best sensitivity and low light, because I saw the C50 only had a base ISO, I think it's 800 and 6400, which doesn't beat the FX3, I don't believe. I could be wrong. I think the FX3 has it's 12,000 is the second base ISO. Yeah, so if you're going to do that, I think Sony will come out and just really give you everything that you want. Open gate, having the ability to record both cards. That's kind of the only thing I see. Maybe they do like a attachable, detachable EVF or some kind with the digital hot shoe for the FX3. And now once you do that, now you're back to having the perfect camera, and you just killed Canon's thing. But that's just my brain just working out that like that, man. So we'll see like that, man. That's one announcement down for today, bro. That's one announcement down. We do have another announcement, or another announcement, man. We got the Apple event that's going on today. Apple is going to announce their new iPhones, which, stay tuned and we'll lock in. That'll probably be another part of this video where we'll talk about the Apple event and what my thoughts are on that, and then kind of see where we go. Right now, I got the iPhone 15 Pro Max, so unless it's something really, really crazy, I don't see myself upgrading. I'll probably skip it for another year as well, but we'll see, man. That's it. Okay, all right. So, I just got on the swing. So I'm gonna try to push her and talk about the event. Right out the gate, man, first impressions. It was cool. It was all right, man. Seeing the orange iPhone 17 Pro Max 17 Pro. The orange one was cool. They definitely don't have. It was all right, man. I'm not. The only thing that really caught me probably was the Air. The Air was the only one that originally before this event, I was like, a thin iPhone, I don't really want that. But at the same time, it's like, I could see the iPhone Air being the iPhone moving forward, where that's kind of like the standard sizing that they're gonna have. Yes? You wanna get out? Yeah? There you go. All right. So I can see the iPhone Air being the main model that we have to go to, man. I think that's where innovation is kind of pushing everybody. It's either you're going to be super, super thin or you're going to have a foldable. I think just the standard iPhone and iPhone Pro that we've been having for so long. Okay? Yeah, that's good, Mama. You want me to push you? Okay, Mama. Hold up. I got to switch. I got to go around. All right. All right, so yeah, like I said, man, seeing the lineup, I definitely see that the iPhone 17 Air or the iPhone Air, as they're gonna call it, is going to be the way moving forward. I think that's gonna be where we're gonna kind of see iPhone move in terms of how they go into a design language. And if I had to guess, I think the iPhone Air, it being that thin, paves the way for a foldable iPhone in the future. Because if you can have an iPhone that thin that can be relatively well, now you just got to figure out, they're going to do the same thing that they did with the M Ultra, those chips where they take two of like the M Max chips and they put them together. They're going to find a way to do that through the hinge with some thin material that connects both of those processors. So now not only do you have double the battery life with double the processors on a foldable iPhone to power two screens with all the cameras. That is exactly what they're leaning towards. And so I'm almost willing to bet that the iPhone Air is the first step in getting a foldable iPhone. And they're just trying to see how does it work in the real world that thin, because if it works, or if it's, let's say it's subpar, or let's say it doesn't give you all day battery life, right? Let's say it only gives you maybe 6 to 7 hours for the day, right? Now they know that if we put two of those together through a hinge and connect it together, we can get all day battery life. It's super thin. We know the design works. We know it's enough to power one screen, so it has to power a bigger screen plus the outside cover case, along with we could put one camera in it, or we can do two cameras, or we can go back and be a little bit thicker with more cameras. I just see that the iPhone Air is going to lend to having an iPhone. Yes, my love. You want me to push you now? Okay, Mama, you keep switching back and forth between the thing, okay? All right, this way now. Wee. Yeah, I can definitely see the iPhone Air being the stepping stone for the iPhone Fold, or however they decide to call it. But I'm a little bit underwhelmed, man. I think, especially after watching Google and Samsung do their events where they had all of these cool technologies, Google for sure, definitely with their Gemini platform, man, or Gemini product, their AI product, and how it goes across the entire software of the phone. I think that, man, it's a real interesting time to really test to see, are you going to stay with brand loyalty, or are you going to go with something that really fits your needs? I'm in that predicament right now where, okay, baby. Yeah, I heard the baby. Did you hear the baby? Yeah, you heard it? Okay. So let me put this down because I can't hold that and push her and do all this. But yeah, like I said, man, I think it's going to test your brand loyalty, man. It's going to see where you want to go. I'm honestly thinking about getting the Pixel Pro Fold, man. I really want a foldable phone. I love innovation. I love new things. Yes, my love. Yeah. It's a baby boy? You think it's a boy or a girl? It's a boy? It's a boy? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I think I'm leaning more towards the Pixel Pro Fold, man. I think with the Gemini features, I use Google for all my business stuff, and I want to be able to use that day to day. And right now, man, Gemini is beating Apple Intelligence. You know what I just thought about? Apple didn't mention Apple Intelligence not once during that keynote. They didn't tell you anything about an update. They didn't tell you anything about what's coming, how they plan to fix it, none of that. I didn't receive no Apple Intelligence update. And so that leads me to believe that we're going to go one more year without Apple Intelligence. And that's a big risk. That's a big risk, especially in terms of everybody using AI, and Gemini is pressing so heavy onto it. Samsung is using Gemini. If you're not using AI into your thing, then what are you doing? You know, you can't, in this day and age, bro, AI is not coming, bro. AI is here, and you have to use AI. And I guess Apple is really tugging on those emotional heartstrings of brand loyalty and Apple Watch saving your life, and those are all great things. I'm not taking that away from you. However, for the everyday person or regular person, it might be enough. It might be enough, because literally, as I was just thinking about that, they're making phones for the everyday person. And you know who the everyday person is? It's not me, and it's not you watching this video. Because if you're watching this video, you're into tech. You're in the tech space. You're watching all these things. The person who is not watching these videos is that everyday person who just needs something that works. And when I think of something like that, I think of my mom. I think of my mom because she has, I think, I could be mistaken, bro. I think she probably has maybe the iPhone 14, like the base iPhone 14. And before that, she probably had the iPhone 12, maybe the 11. But she don't upgrade every year. And as long as that phone works and they give her calls and texts and she can do her job, that's it. And that is who Apple is making it for. That regular everyday person who don't care about all the latest and greatest. They're gonna give you that, but you're not searching for that. You know what I mean? And I think they're doing a great job. So that way when you do upgrade, you're gonna stay in. It's gonna be like, why would I leave iPhone? It works. It does everything for me. It has all the great cameras. It has the great features. Has the nice colors that I can get for once that I didn't have 2-3 years ago. It's gonna be great. But for us, for the tech people, the tech lovers, the tech enthusiasts who want, you know, the latest and greatest technology and see how you're pushing the envelope and, you know what I mean, what's the newest thing that I can get my hands on, it's always gonna be underwhelming for us. And I think that's something we just gotta understand, and that's kind of where you're at. So I don't know, man. Let me know your thoughts, man. Let me see where you have your thoughts in terms of what you thought about the Apple event, what you thought about Canon this morning. That's kind of been my day. I mean, I've been kind of trying to stay abreast of what's going on. Is that a word to use? Is that a correct word to use? I'm trying to stay afloat with all the tech news that's coming out today. So quick review, man. We got Canon. They announced their new cinema camera that competes with the FX3. And then we also have Apple announcing their new iPhone products and stuff like that. And then on the division front, they just got a new season that starts today that I haven't been able to play because, you know, I've been watching my daughter and I've been trying to get other things done. So I haven't had time to just sit down and play my video game as much as I want to. But that's kind of where we're at. I did throw in some job applications this morning. Later on today when we go inside, I do have to clean up some laundry as well. And then, yeah, that's kind of where we're at, man. I do have to do some editing as well, so give you a little backstory, a little bit update on what I'm doing for Capture. So I have so much more editing that I have to do for the sports documentary that I'm doing for the high school that I'm working with Lake Wells here in Orlando, Florida. And so I do have to edit their games. I have episode 1, 2, and 3 done, I believe. I have to double check that. I think I do have 3 episodes done. I just have to put the finishing touches on that, upload it, schedule it, and then have it sent out. But there's some things that on the back end that I have to do before I release those videos, and so we'll go from there. And then, yeah, that's kind of it, man. We'll just kind of see if I can find any more leads, any more video projects, can continue to put out more content for you guys on my channel, man. I figure these is me getting reps up. So long-winded, just talking videos. It is what it is, man. I'll have some overlays of the event and stuff like that so you can kind of see exactly what I'm talking about. That way you can review. I do want to sit down and actually do a review of both of those things. I'll probably do a separate video for that where I kind of strictly talk about Canon and their C50, and then I'll strictly talk about iPhone event review, kind of like a catch-up if you haven't, you know, if you don't have the time. If you're like me who don't have time to actually sit down and watch the whole thing, I kind of made time. I get my daughter the tablet, and don't kill me in the comments for that, but, you know, I had to get to the event somehow, and that's kind of where we're at. So I'll probably pick up the camera again when we're back inside of the office, man. We're doing some editing, and I'll kind of close out this vlog, man. So I appreciate you for watching this, man. Like I said, it's going to be raw, uncut, unfiltered. It's going to be my thoughts just rambling as we, you know, kind of get through the day. So, yeah, I'll see you guys then when we get back inside.